Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So we'll start with Mangalacharan. Jayo Jayo Shri Chaitanya Jayo Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jayo Jayo Shri Chaitanya Jayo Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jayo Jayo Shri Chaitanya Jayo Nityananda Jai Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrindam. Hare Krishna Prabhujis and Matajis, I pay obeisances to Srila Prabhupada, my Guru Maharaj, my Siksha Guru, and all devotees present here so that I speak the right words according to the context. So, we are in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter 13. So, entitled The Ecstatic Dancing of the Lord at Ratha-Yatra. So, in the last class, we have seen the conversation which took place between Mahaprabhu and Jagannath, who is none other than with the conversation between Radha and Krishna. So today I'll be starting from verse number 157. So Krishna gives reason that why he left Vrindavan and why he came to Mathura and things. So that conversation is going on. So let us start with 157th verse. Sei Shatrugana Haite Vraja Jana Rakhite Rahi Raja Udasinahana Yabe Stri Putra Dhane Kari Raja Avarne Yaduganera Santosha Lagiya. So Krishna is saying that I will protect all the inhabitants of Vrindavan from all the enemies, because we all know that Vrindavan was attacked by many enemies. So that is the reason why I am remaining in my kingdom. Otherwise, I am indifferent to my royal position. Whatever wives, sons and wealth I have maintained in the kingdom are only for the satisfaction of the Yadu. That is, Krishna is speaking as a royal king in Dwaraka, because in Vrindavan he just want to enjoy like a cowherd boy. So is Krishna mentioning that he's here only to maintain the wives and sons. We all know that here Krishna had 16,108 wives, and accordingly he got many sons and grandsons. तुम्हारा ये प्रेम गुना करे आमाकर्षणा आणि बे आमा दीना दासे बिसा पुनः आसी वृंदावने व्रजवधु तोमासने बिलासी रजनी दिवासे. So Krishna is saying that your qualities always attract me to Vrindavan. So whose qualities? Actually Krishna mentioned that of all the Vrindavan Vasis, Radharani is the topmost. Not along with Radharani, even other gopis also. So Krishna is mentioning that your qualities are attracting me. Actually, devotees' qualities attract the Lord. And further, Krishna is saying that indeed they will bring me back within 10 or 20 days, and when I return, I shall enjoy both day and night with you. So, Krishna actually, when he was leaving with Akrura, he said, I'll be back within few days. And so they'll be waiting very eagerly for Krishna to return. So in the mood of Radharani, so Krishna is asking Jagannath. So that's what we can see. येता तांड्रेका हि कृष्णा व्रजेयैता शास्त्र एका श्लोका पढ़ी सुनैला सेई श्लोका सुनी राधा कांदिला सकला बाधा कृष्णा प्राप्ते प्रतीते हैला. So when Krishna spoke in this way, saying that I'll come back within 10 or 20 days, so while speaking Srimati Radharani, so in that way she was very anxious, and he made her to listen. Actually Krishna wanted to console her, so in the next verse Krishna quotes a very famous sloka from Srimad Bhagavatam. So by hearing that, actually what is the reason why Krishna want to come back? So that's what here it is mentioned. He made her listen a verse which banished all her difficulties and which assured her that she would again attain Krishna. So this is a verse from the 10th canto, 82nd chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam. So it is mentioned that मयि भक्तिर्हि भूतानाम् अमृतत्वाय कल्पते दिश्या यद् आसीन मत्स्नेहो bhavatinam mad apanah. So Krishna is saying that devotional service unto me is the only way to attain me. My dear gopis, whatever love and affection you have attained for me by good fortune is the only reason for my returning to you. Actually, this particular chapter in the 10th canto is entitled where Krishna meets all the Dwaraka Vasis and not so Krishna meets all the Vrindavan Vasis, even Hastinapur Vasis also come there. So in the place of Kurukshetra, so we all know that on a solar eclipse day, so Krishna goes to Kurukshetra, and even Radharani and all the Vrindavan Vasis, even Yashoda Mata, Nanda Maharaj, everyone would gather over there. See, Krishna left Vrindavan at the age of 11 or 10 and a half, we can say. So again, I was hearing to one lecture, it is mentioned that so when Krishna met all the Vrindavan Vasis in Dwaraka, not Dwarka, in Kurukshetra, he was 100 years old. So that much of gap was there between meeting between Krishna and the devotees physically, not mentally, because they never forgot Krishna and Krishna also never forgot them. So the instance we can see that actually when Krishna was in the royal attire in Dwaraka, so always he used to be morose. So one day looking at his moroseness, Rukmini Mata asked Rohini Mata, so what is the reason why Krishna is that way? So then she says that he is always remembering the Vrindavan Vasis. So Krishna is saying that what is the reason why I am not able to what is binding me? So Krishna is saying that devotional service unto me, because if we look into Bhagavad Gita, many places Krishna says, so only through bhakti you can attain me. So there are many slokas which we can quote saying that bhakti is the topmost, others are considered as the subsidiaries of the bhakti, which is very important. So this is the context. So here Krishna says, whatever love and affection you have attained for me by good fortune is the only reason for my returning to you, because devotional service is the ultimate. And through here we can understand that we should have a desire to attain the Lord. So that desire, how can we fulfill? Only by doing devotional service to the Lord. So that is what we can understand from this particular verse. Further, येई सब अर्थ प्रभु स्वरूपे रसने रात्रि दिने घरे वासी करे आस्वादने. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would sit in his room with Swarupa Damodar and taste the topic of these verses day and night. So come now the context changes. So actually here we can see the Mahaprabhu with whom he is sharing his intimate pastimes. So from verse number 61 to 67, Sarup Damodar Goswami serves the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and we all know that Mahaprabhu shares his intimate pastimes with only very few intimate devotees, and out of them Swarupa Damodar Goswami is one of the prior person. So if we look in Antilila, where Lord Mahaprabhu has done his last 12 years of pastime in an intimate way, so only two persons were there with him. One is Swarupa Damodar Goswami and the second one is Ramananda Raya, whom he used to share, and he used to have that ecstatic bhava, and they all know that. So that's what we can understand. So both would sit together and they would taste these topics day and night. नृत्य काले से भावे आविस्ताहना श्लोक पढ़ी नाचे जगन्नाथ मुखाचना. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu danced completely absorbed in ecstatic emotions while looking at the face of the Lord Jagannath. He danced and recited verses. So we all know that bhava what Mahaprabhu had. Swarupa Gosanira Bhagya Nayaya Varnana Prabhute Avistayandra Kare Vakyamana. So no one can describe the good fortune of Swarupa Damodar Goswami, for he is always absorbed in the service of the Lord with his body, mind and words. Okay, so Swarupa Damodar Goswami, he knows about the Lord, so that is the reason he is serving the Lord Manasa Vacha Karpana. So just let us look a little bit about who is Swarupa Damodar Goswami. Actually, many of you are aware of that, but still. So, Swarupa Damodar Goswami is one of the eternal associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Actually, previously his name was Purushottam Acharya. Okay, and he lived in Navadvip. So there also he stayed with Mahaprabhu. But when Mahaprabhu became sannyas, and he also actually went to Varanasi and took sannyas, and but his guru told him sannyasa from Chaitanyananda he took. So but guru told him that so you study Vedanta and teach to the people in general. So but Swarupa Damodar Goswami, who was previously the Purushottam Acharya, so he did not accept the dress of sannyasi. He gave up Shikha and even the sacred thread, but only he gave up the Shikha and sacred thread. Then his name came as Swarupa. Okay, so that is what it is mentioned. So after taking the sannyas order of sannyasa guru Purushottama Acharya, that is Swarupa Damodar Goswami, came to Jagannath Puri, where he met again Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So from that time onwards, Swarupa Damodar Goswami is traveling with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and it is mentioned that Swarupa Damodar Goswami is in Gaura Ganodesh Deepika. It is mentioned that he is Vishaka Shakhi. Okay, and in Vrajalila it is mentioned that he is Radharani's alter ego, that is Lalita Sakhi. So in the we all know that out of the Ashtasakis, Lalita Sakhi and Vishaka Sakhi are the intimate, or you can say most intimate friends of Radharani. So here that Vishaka Devi came as Swarupa Damodar Goswami, and he's enjoying the pastimes with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Actually, why actually his name was Swarupa, so why he got the name of as Damodara? So this Damodara name was given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It is mentioned that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to call him Damodara because of his expert singing and musical skills. So whoever sings very well, I always think that he comes in the line of Sri Damodar Swarupa Damodar Goswami. So the name Damodara was given Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and added the name to the name which was given by his Sannyasi Guru. Sannyasi Guru gave as Swarupa and Mahaprabhu added as Damodara. So that is why he is called as Swarupa Damodara Goswami. And he compiled many books. Actually, whoever writes any literature or any songs glorifying Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so they need to get an approval from Swarupa Damodar Goswami, otherwise they cannot be forwarded to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. There are many instances which we can find in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So that's what here it is mentioned. When anyone wanted to submit a song, a verse or a book to Sriman Mahaprabhu, they first had to submit it to the examination of Swarupa Damodar before it would be heard to the Lord. When Swarupa Damodar came from Kashi, he submitted a verse before the Lord, glorifying him. So in this way, in every intimate pastime, Swarupa Damodar Goswami would be along with the Lord. And Swarupa Damodar Goswami would recite verses from of Vidyadhara and Chandidasa, and he would even from Jaydev Goswami's Gita Govindam also. So in this way, always he was intimate with the Lord. And one more thing, that when whatever mood the Lord was in, Swarupa Damodar would perform kirtan to augment the Lord's internal sentiments, because he knows the mood of the Lord. So this is a small description about Swarupa Damodar Goswami. That is the reason he is always absorbed in the service of the Lord with his body, mind and words. Swarupera Indriya Prabhura Nijendriya Gana Avistahana Kare Gana Ashwadana. The senses of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were identical with the senses of Swarupa. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to become fully absorbed in tasting the singing of Swarupa Damodar Goswami, because devotees align with the Lord. So that's what we can understand. भावेरा आवेश कभू भूमि ते वासिया तारजानी ते भूमि लिखा अधोमुखा hana. In emotional ecstasy, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would sometimes sit on the ground and looking down would write on the ground with his finger. So we all know that when Mahaprabhu in emotion, that in Ashtasattvic, one of that, so Mahaprabhu, he sits sometimes on the ground, he does, because in that ecstasy, so his intimate devotees, they can understand. So that is what we can see. Just as a mother understands the intentions of the kids, it's the same way devotees can understand the intention of the Lord. Angulite kshatahave jani damodara bhaya nija kare nivaraya prabhu karam. Fearing that the Lord would injure his fingers by writing in this way, Swarupa Damodar checked him with his own hands. So always devotees were along with the Lord so as to protect the Lord. So here Swarupa Damodar Goswami, because we have seen in the previous verse that Lord would write on the ground with his bare fingers. So because he is concerned about the injury of the fingers, so he would check them. प्रभुरा भावनरूपा स्वरूपेरगना याबेयैरसतः करे मूर्तिमान. Swarupa Damodar used to sing exactly according to the ecstatic emotions of the Lord. Whatever particular mellow was being tasted by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Swarupa Damodar would personally personify it by singing. So as I mentioned previously, Swarupa Damodar Goswami knows the heart of the Lord. So in that way, he used to perform the kirtans. Okay, further. श्री जगन्नाथेरा देखे श्रीमुख कमला तहारा ऊपर सुंदरा नयना युगला. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu looked upon the beautiful lotus-like faces and eyes of Lord Jagannath. So when the Ratha-Yatra is going on, when the cart is moving, so looking at Jagannath, beautiful lotus-like faces, as Kunti Mata says, Namo Pankajanabhaya, Namo Pankajamaline, Namo Pankajanetraya. So Namaste Pankajangrihe, the lotus-eyed face of the Lord. Suryera Kirana Mukha Kare Jhalamala Malya Vastra Dviya Alankara Parimala. Lord Jagannatha was garlanded, dressed with nice garments and adorned with beautiful ornaments. His face was glittering from the rays of the sun, and the entire atmosphere was fragrant. So we all know that actually generally when the Lord is dressed up, it is very beautiful, and especially on Rath-Yatra day, when it's garlanded, so it looks beautiful, and even the atmosphere, the vibe of that particular place also changes because Lord is present in that particular place. Prabhura hridaye ananda sindhu thaila unmada jhanjhavata takshana uthaila. An ocean of transcendental bliss expanded in the heart of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and symptoms of madness immediately intensified like a hurricane. So we know that Mahaprabhu in madness means the separation. So that's what we can see. So he was thinking about Krishna, and in that Mahaprabhu, his bliss expanded, and he was just enjoying in the sense with that separation also he is enjoying. Anando made uthaya bhavera taranga nana bhava saina upajila yuddharanga. The madness of transcendental bliss created waves of various emotions. The emotions appeared like opposing soldiers staggering in a fight. So here a comparison has been done to the emotion, saying that soldiers stacking a fight. So in that way the emotions could be seen what Mahaprabhu was in front of Lord Jagannath. Bhavodaya Bhava Shanti Sandhi Sabalya Sanchari Satvika Sthai Swabhava Prabhalya. There was an increase in all their natural emotional symptoms. Thus there was awakening emotions, peacefulness, joined mixed transcendental and prevalent emotions, and impetus for emotions. Prabhura Sharirayana Shuddha Himachala Bhava Pushpa Drumata He Pushpita Shakala. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's body appeared like a transcendental Himalayan mountain bearing ecstatic emotional flower trees, all of them blooming. So here Mahaprabhu's emotions have been compared to an transcendental Himalayan mountain. So as mountain bears everything, so in the same way Mahaprabhu's emotions bears all kinds of emotions in one. देखिते आकर्षया सबरा चित्तमना प्रेमामृत वृत्स्या प्रभु सिंचे सबरा मना. The sight of all these symptoms attracted everyone's mind and consciousness. Indeed, the Lord sprinkled everyone's mind with the nectar of transcendental love of Godhead. So actually, those who were present on the Ratha-Yatra, so Mahaprabhu's symptoms attracted everyone. So from this we can understand that as Paramatma Lord is present in everyone's heart, because Jagannath and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are non-different. As Vasudev Ghosh, if I'm not wrong, say Gaura, say Krishna, say Jagannath. So even Lord also transferred in everyone's mind the nectar of transcendental love of God, so that it can be regenerated. जगन्नाथ सेवकायता राजा पत्रागणा यात्रिका लोका नीलाचला वासीयता जना. He sprinkled the minds of the servant of Lord Jagannath, the government officers, the pilgrim visitors, the general populace, and all the residents of Jagannath Puri. So in previous verse, it is Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami is mentioning the Lord sprinkled everyone's mind with the nectar of transcendental love of God. So who all were blessed in that way? So in this verse it is mentioned that the government officers, the servants of Lord Jagannath, the pilgrim visitors, and general populace, who are the residents of even Jagannath Puri. Prabhura Nritya Prema Dekhi Haya Chamatkara Krishna Prema Uchalila Hridaya Savara. Upon seeing the dancing and ecstatic love of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, everyone became astonished. In their hearts they became infatuated with love of Krishna. So even the love for Krishna for them was also awakened, because they looked at the ecstatic symptoms of Mahaprabhu. प्रेमा नाचे गाया लोका करे कोलाहला प्रभुरा नृत्य देखी सब आनंद विह्वला. Everyone danced and chanted in ecstatic love, and a great noise resounded. Everyone was overwhelmed with transcendental bliss just to see the dancing of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So the same thing, so wherever kirtan takes place, actually not only the main persons who are doing kirtan, even the other general populace also, they also get that mood and they also start dancing. So whenever I watch Darshanarati after Guru Puja in Mayapur Darshanarati, so we can see, actually I observe every day that many people, they partake in the kirtan and they enjoy the bliss. The same way here they were making great noise and they were all enjoying, and they were seeing the dancing of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Anyera ki kaya Jagannatha haladhara Prabhura nritya dekhi sukhe chalila manthara. Apart from the others, even Lord Jagannath and Lord Balram with great happiness began to move very slowly upon seeing the dancing of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, because looking at the devotees dancing, Lord Jagannath and even Balramji, they were also, and they were moving very slowly. The cart was not at all moving very fast, because they are enjoying looking at Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he is dancing. कभू सुखे नृत्य रंगा देखे रथा राखी सेई कौतुका ये देखिला सेई तारा साक्षी. Lord Jagannatha and Lord Balrama sometimes stopped the cart and happily observed Lord Chaitanya's dancing. Anyone who was able to see them stop and watch the dancing bore witness to their pastimes. So, because they don't want to move further, they want to enjoy that, even Jagannath and Balramji would stop their car and they want to observe the dancing. So, So that even today also it happens. Actually, I heard that whenever any devotee who had a very intense desire to meet the Lord, but he couldn't come, so sometimes Lord would stay in that particular place before going to Gundicha. He stays for a long time over there. येई माता प्रभु नृत्या करिते भ्रमिते प्रताप रुद्रेरा आगे लागीला padite. So when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was dancing and wandering in this way, he fell down in front of Maharaj Prataprudra. So actually it comes back to the previous context. Actually we have seen previously that Mahaprabhu, Prataprudra, so under the order of Sri Ramanand, not order, under the advice of Sri Ramananda Raya, so he gave accommodations for all the people to stay, and he also wanted to take darshan of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but Mahaprabhu denied, saying that because he is a king who is indulgent in material mundane activities, so I don't want to, being a sannyasi, I don't want to meet him. Then then Mahaprabhu Ramananda Raya at least gives a small suggestion saying that, Nityananda Prabhu gives a small suggestion saying that at least give your outer garment, so that looking at that he would feel happy, because your outer garment and you are not at all different. So then on the advice of Nityananda Prabhu, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives his outer garment. After that, we all know that, so he blesses his son. So looking at that, Prataprudra feels happy. Actually, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu already blessed Maharaj Prataprudra, because he saw Maharaj Prataprudra brooming when the cart is about to start. So after the Ratha-Yatra festival is done, so now he fell down, Mahaprabhu was dancing, and that way he fell down in front of King Prataprudra. संभ्रमे प्रतापरुद्र प्रभु के धरिला तन्हा के देखिते प्रभुरा बाह्य ज्ञान हैला. Maharaj Prataprudra picked the Lord up with great respect, but upon seeing the king, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to his external consciousness. So Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami's previously, so Mahaprabhu was in that bhava. So when the king lifted him, so Mahaprabhu came to his external consciousness. Raja dekhi Mahaprabhu karena dikhara chichi vishaira sparsha haila amara. So after seeing the king, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu condemned himself, saying, "Oh, how pitiful is that I have touched a person who is interested in mundane affairs." So here Mahaprabhu is saying that how pitiful is that I have touched a person. Actually, Mahaprabhu knew very well that Prataprudra is a very pure devotee of the Lord, but in general people, it's a lesson for them, saying that those who are away from the materialistic way of life, that is a sannyasi, he should not be interested to mingle with a person who is in the mundane affairs. Avesite Nityananda Nahaila Savadhane Kashishwara Govinda Achila Anyasthane. So not even Lord Nityananda Prabhu, Kashishwara or Govinda took care of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he fell down. Nityananda was in great ecstasy, and Kashishwara and Govinda was else there. So actually there are some intimate associates who are always with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but at that particular time when Mahaprabhu fell down and when King Prataprudra assisted him to get up, so Nityananda Prabhu was not there and Kashishwara was also not there. So who is this Kashishwara? Kashishwara Pandit is also one of the prominent disciple of Ishwara Puri, and he was an intimate associate of Mahaprabhu. So he always protected Lord in Jagannath Puri. So when served prasadam and when was ordered by Mahaprabhu, he used to worship Gaura Govinda deity in Vrindavan. So this is also described in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So he always will be there. And we all know Govinda. Govinda was the servant of Mahaprabhu. So he always used to be there with Mahaprabhu only. यद्यपि राजा देखी हादीरा सेवना प्रसन्न नाचे तांड्रे मिली बारे मना. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had already been satisfied by the king's behavior, for the king had accepted the service of the sweeper for Lord Jagannath. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually desired to see the king. So this is what we have seen previously. Mahaprabhu is satisfied because being in such a royal position, he was doing a menial service of a sweeper in front of Lord Jagannath's cart. So Mahaprabhu was very happy with the king. तथापि आपनागना करिते सावधाना बाह्य किचु रोषाभासा कैला भगवान. However, just to warn his personal associates, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu externally expressed feelings of anger. So, because everyone won't be in the same line of consciousness, so in general, so for them to warn, so this is one of the lesson what we have to learn. So that is what Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami is mentioning, to warn his personal associates. Mahaprabhu externally expressed a feeling of anger. So as Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, yadi acharite shreshta. So Krishna always shows by the example what are the things which we are supposed to do and what we are not supposed to do. So here Prabhupada explains that when Maharaj Prataprudra asked to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, immediately refused. So why he refused? Because he is a materialistic person, he was refusing. So here Prabhupada quotes a very famous verse from Chaitanya Chandrodaya Nataka. So here Prabhupada explains about the word called as Nishkinchanasya. So refers to a person who has finished his material activities. Such a person can begin to execute his activities in Krishna consciousness to cross over the ocean of nescience. So if we see actually in the previous chapter, when Mahaprabhu denied to give darshan to King Prataprudra. So King Prataprudra told to, if I am not wrong, to Ramananda Rai that I am ready to take sannyas or give away my life also, because if at all I won't get the darshan of Mahaprabhu, what is the reason of my life? So as Paramatma, Mahaprabhu understood the intentions of King Prataprudra. So here is saying that those who have finished their material activities, even the King Prataprudra is not at all indulged in material activities, even though he acted as a king, but he was a pure devotee of the Lord. So such a person can begin and execute his activities in Krishna consciousness to cross over the ocean of nescience. And for general public, what Mahaprabhu is saying, that it is very dangerous for such a person to have intimate relationship with the mundane people or to become intimately related to women. So sannyasis are generally prohibited to meet worldly mattered people or with women. So this is what those who don't have the full knowledge or consciousness, so they should be aware of that. This formality is to be observed by anyone who is serious about going back to Godhead. To teach his personal associates these principles, Mahaprabhu expressed external energy when touched by the king. Since the Lord was very much satisfied with the humble behavior of the king, he intentionally allowed the king to touch him, but externally he expressed anger just to warn his personal associates. So this is what we can understand by the intention of Mahaprabhu, which Prabhupada tried to explain. प्रभुरा वचने राजरा मने हैला भया सार्वभौमे के कहे तुमी न kara samsayam. King Prataprudra became frightened when Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed external anger, but Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya told the king, don't worry. So Prataprudra, when he was hated by the Lord in such a way, so he felt very, little morose. So then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, so he said, don't worry. So because we know that this particular pastime, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya only will make a plan and tell to King Prataprudra how he can get the blessings of Mahaprabhu. That we'll be listening in the next chapter if I'm not wrong. तुम्हारा ऊपरे प्रभुरा सुप्रसन्न मना तोमा लक्ष्या करी शिखाये ना निजगना. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya informed the king, the Lord is very satisfied with you. By pointing you out, he was teaching his personal associates how to behave with mundane people. So again and again the same thing is repeated previously. Also it is mentioned now also Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya informed the king that don't think that Lord is not satisfied. Lord is very satisfied by you. By pointing you out, he was teaching his personal associate how to behave with the mundane people. So if you remember in this chapter only, prior to this, I don't remember one of the associate with King Prataprudra, so he will be pushed because when the Ratha-Yatra was going on and he gets angry. So then king I think he'll be slapped by one of the devotees of the Lord. So then he gets angry. Then King Prataprudra says, no, think that it is a mercy what you got, so don't take in a wrong way. So by these qualifications we can understand that what kind of a person was King Prataprudra. So Prabhupada is trying to explain the same thing again. So although outwardly the king was a mundane person, but still he performed the menial activities of being a street sweeper to please Lord Jagannath. So see, everyone won't be in the same level of consciousness or level of understanding for in general for the public to understand. So Mahaprabhu showed in this particular pastime that how we are supposed to behave with the mundane people. That's what Prabhupada writes as a general principle. However, no devotee should intimately mix with mundane people interested in money and women. Avasara janiyami kariba nivedana sekale yai kariha prabhura milana. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya continued, I shall submit your petition when there is an opportune moment. It will then be easy for you to come and meet the Lord, because when we want the darshan of the Lord, we can get only through the devotees. So that's what they say, we always hear that. So Guru is a transparent who connects us with the Lord. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is saying that I shall submit your petition. So when the correct time comes, so that you can get the blessings of the Lord. ताबे महाप्रभु रथा प्रदक्षिणा करिया रथा पाचे या येथेला रथा माथा दिया. After circumambulating Jagannatha, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went behind the car and began pushing it with its head. So after circumambulating, so Mahaprabhu behind the car and began pushing. So in that way he was trying to move the cart. थेली ते चलीला रथा हदा हदा करी चतुर्थी खेलो का सबा बले हरि हरि. As soon as he pushed, the car immediately started to move, making a rattling noise. The people around began to chant the holy name of the Lord. So we have seen previously that when Mahaprabhu was dancing in an ecstatic way, so even Jagannath and Balramji, they felt very happy, and they would see that the cart moved very slowly. So now Mahaprabhu, what is doing that, he is pushing the cart so that it can move further. So the people around, when the moving of the cart started to begin, so they started to chant the name of the Lord, Hari Hari. ताबे प्रभु निज भक्ता गणलाना संगे बलदेव सुभद्रागे नृत्य करे रंगे. As the car began to move, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took his personal associate in front of the car occupied by Balramji and Subhadra, the goddess of fortune. Greatly inspired, he then began to dance in front of them. So generally we all follow the same way. So when the Rath procession goes on, so generally we dance in front of the deities who are sitting on the cart. So even he began to dance, and he brought even his personal associates, just like Nityanand Prabhu and others, so that they can also dance in front of the cart. ताहा नृत्य करी जगन्नाथ आगे आइला जगन्नाथ देखी नृत्य करी तेला गीला. After finishing the dance before Lord Baladeva and Subhadra, Mahaprabhu came before Lord Jagannath's car. Upon seeing Lord Jagannath, he began to dance. चलिया ऐला रथा बलगंधी स्थाने जगन्नाथ रथ रखी देखे दाहिने वामे. When they reached the place called as Balagandi, Lord Jagannath stopped his car and began to look left and right. So this is a place before, I think before to Gundicha. I don't know much about this place. So Lord Jagannath stopped the car over there. So what is the reason? We'll see. वामे विप्रशासन नारिकेलवन दाहिनेता पुष्पाद्याना येन Vrindavana. On the left side, Lord Jagannath saw a neighborhood of Brahmanas and a coconut tree grew. On the right side, he saw nice flowers, gardens resembling those in the holy place of Vrindavan. So Viprasana is the word generally used in Orissa province to indicate the quarters where Brahmanas lived. So in this particular place, so Lord Jagannath saw both the Brahmanas where they say, and even he saw the gardens, and they resembled the holy place of Vrindavan. So he was remembering, because Jagannath is traveling from Dwaraka to Vrindavan. So that is the Ratha-Yatra. So what we perform. आगे नृत्य करे गौरा लाना भक्त गणा रथा राखी जगन्नाथ करे न दर्शना. Sri Mahaprabhu and his devotees were dancing in front of the car, and Lord Jagannath, having stopped the car, watched the dancing. So when the devotees dance, so generally Lord wants to enjoy. So that's the reason he stopped the car and started watching the dance. सेई स्थले भोग लागे आचये नियम कोटि भोग जगन्नाथ करे आस्वादना. So it was customary that food to be offered to the Lord at Viprasasana. Indeed, innumerable dishes of food were offered, and Lord Jagannath tasted each of them. So this is a place where they offer food to the Lord. Even I remember when we do Rath-Yatra, even at our houses also, after doing 2-3 rounds, generally we stop so that we can offer little prasadam for food to Lord Jagannath. Then we can resume our Rath-Yatra once again. जगन्नाथेरा छोटा बड़ा यथा भक्त गणा निज निज उत्तम भोगा करे samarpana. All kinds of devotees of Lord Jagannath, from neophyte to the most advanced, offered their best cooked food to the Lord. So everyone they offered. Even now also when we see most of the temple, so we can cook prasadam at house and we can take and offer it to the deities. The same thing, even not only advanced devotees, even the neophyte devotees who are starting their bhakti movement, so they also offered food to the Lord. राजा राजा महिषे वृंदा पात्रा मित्र गणा नीलाचलवासी यथा छोटा बड़ा जना. These devotees included the kings, his queens, his ministers, friends, and all other big and small residents of Jagannath Puri. So everyone, previously it is mentioned from the neophyte to the most advanced. So who all are there? That's what Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is mentioning. The king, queens, ministers, friends, everyone. Those who are the residents of Jagannath Puri, they offered food to the Lord. नाना देशेरा देसी यथा यात्रिका जना निज निज भोग ताहान करे समर्पणा. All the visitors who had come from different countries to Jagannath Puri, as well as the local devotees, offered their personally cooked food to the Lord. So from not only from Jagannath, generally from Bengal, so even from different countries, that's what it is mentioned of Nana Deshera Desi. So everywhere the devotees came, and even the local devotees, they personally cooked food and offered to the Lord. See, it is a gratitude out of love we are offering to the Lord. That's what we should have, that mood. आगे पाछे दुई पार्श्वे पुष्पोद्यानवने ये यह पायला गया नाहि का नियमम. So the devotees offered their food everywhere, in front of the car, behind it, on the two sides, within the flower garden. Wherever possible, they made their offerings to the Lord, for there was no hard and fast rule. Because Lord can see wherever you offer it, He can see. So the devotees, wherever they found their place, not only on the cart, even behind the cart also, so they wanted to offer bhoga to the Lord, and they offered to Lord Jagannatha. भोगेरा समया लोकेरा महाभीड़ हैला नृत्य छाड़ी महाप्रभु उपवने गेला. So when the cart was stopped, so when everyone started offering food to the Lord, many people gathered. So Mahaprabhu stopped his dancing and went to take rest into a nearby garden. प्रेमावेशे महाप्रभु उपवनपाना पुष्पोद्याना गृहा पिंडया rahila padiya. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu entered the garden and, immersed in great ecstatic movement, fell flat on the raised platform there. So after being in a great ecstatic movement, he fell on the he was taking rest on the platform. नृत्य परिश्रमे प्रभु देह घने घर्मा सुगंधि शीतल वायु करे न सेवना. The Lord was very much fatigued from the hard labor of dancing, and there was perspiration all over his body. He therefore enjoyed the fragrant cold breeze of the garden. So Mahaprabhu, when he fell flat on in the garden, so even cold breeze, vayu, so he therefore enjoyed the fragrant cool breeze. That's what it is mentioned. Yata bhakta kirtaniya asiya arame prati vriksha tale sabha karena vishrame. All the devotees who had been performing sankirtana came there and took rest under each and every tree. So along with Mahaprabhu, even other kirtana devotees, especially we know that there are 7 parties of kirtan groups who are dancing front, back, and on the sides of the cart. That's what we heard previously. येता कहिला प्रभुरा महासंकीर्तना जगन्नाथेर आगे याइचे करिला नर्तना. Thus I have described the great performance of congregational chanting by Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as he danced in front of the Lord. So now the chapter Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami is going to conclude saying that he has described, that's what it is mentioned, the ecstatic dancing of the Lord in Ratha-Yatra. So रथाग्रेते प्रभु याचे करिला नर्तना चैतन्य अष्टके रूप गोसानी Karyache Varnana. In his prayer known as Chaitanya Ashtaka, Rupa Goswami has given a vivid description of Lord dancing before the car of Jagannath. So there is one more book called as Chaitanya Ashtakam, which was written by Sri Rupa Goswami. So in that we can read. So the description vividly given that the Lord dancing before the cart. Rupa Goswami composed 3 prayers with the title Chaitanya Ashtaka. The verse next quoted is the text 7 from the first of Chaitanya Ashtaka prayers, which are included in the Sthava Mala. So next one is a verse taken from Chaitanya Ashtaka. रथारूढस्य अधिपादिव नीलाचलपतेर् अदभ्र प्रेमोन्मेस्फुरिता नतनोल्लस विवसः स हर्षं गायादिभिः परिवृता तनुर्वैष्णवो जनैः स चैतन्य किं मे पुनरपि दृश्यो यस्यति पदाम्. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu danced down on the main road in great ecstasy before Lord Jagannath, the master of Neelachala, who was sitting on his car. Overwhelmed by the transcendental bliss of dancing and surrounded by Vaishnavas who sang the holy names, he manifested the waves of ecstatic love of Godhead. While Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when will Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will be again visible to me? So, as Krishna spoke in Bhagavad Gita, so Mahaprabhu came to show personally that how we should worship the Lord, how what our mood should be. So here it is mentioned that he manifested waves of ecstatic love of God. So that's what we have seen previous verses, that he enlightened everyone, so that everyone was dancing and everyone was in that particular mood. So here it is mentioned that when will Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu again be visible? So when can I see that particular view again? लास्ट फलश्रुति इहा ये सुने से श्री चैतन्य पाया सुदृढ़ विश्वास सहा प्रेम भक्ति हया. Anyone who hears this description of the car festival will attain Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He will also attain the elevated state by which he will have the firm conviction in devotional service of love of Godhead. So this is the Falashruti. So who hears, so Shravanam is very important. One who hears this description, so he will attain the elevated state so that he can have firm conviction in devotional service of Godhead. So which is very important. Last, Sri Rupa Raghunatha Pade Yarasa Chaitanya Charitamrita Kahe Krishna Dasa. Praying in the lotus feet of Sri Rupa and Sri Raghunatha, always desiring their mercy, I Krishnadasa narrate Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, following in their footsteps. So thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport to Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, chapter 13, describing Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's ecstatic dancing at Lord Jagannatha's cart festival. So I conclude saying that, so the way in this next chapter, I think we will see how King Prataprudra will get the mercy of blessings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu under the direction of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. So this is the conclusion of this chapter. Hare Krishna Prabhuji and Mataji, thank you giving me the opportunity. So I didn't prepare much because I didn't get much on this. So if I have done any mistakes, so please correct me. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you very much. Actually, the flow of the involvement of the dancing and ecstasy qualities of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and reciprocation of the devotees like Swarup Swami, all the devotees towards the Lord, what is the relationship between the Lord? Because it's actually it's very clear in the verses how the flow was going and how the relationship between the devotees, how the king, what is the quality of the king. But actually, it was so nice while you were reading the verses and the flow was going. And thank you, Mataji. Any devotees who is having any realizations or any comments, please, you can. So please, Mataji, I request to hand up and glorify the Chaitanya Charitamrita and we'll.
चैतन्य चरितामृता की जय, कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी की जय, प्रभुपाद की जय. हरे कृष्णा. प्रभु जी जय माता जी.
वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यस्य कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. शिला प्रभुपाद की जय. शिला गुरुदेव की जय. निताय गौर प्रेमानंद. Thank you, Mataji, once again. Hari Bol. All the devotees, thank you. We'll meet the next week.